Okay, you know what? I will give Dreamworld's developers credit here for one thing. They successfully released an alpha for the game. And up until this point, I have pretty much steered clear of all of the drama surrounding it. It just wasn't really very interesting to me. They claimed that they had this product that was in development, and there have been countless content creators out there that have chronicled every step of the development process since successfully funding the game on Kickstarter. What interests me though is that the MMO is finally launched into a fully functional, fully playable alpha. And I do use the term playable a little loosely here, as well. Yes, the alpha is most definitely playable, so kudos to you guys for that. From what I've seen of the game, oh, well, let's just go ahead here and take a look.
This is from their Kickstarter. This is what everyone was expecting to see. You ready to see what we actually got to see? This is what we actually see. Look at these buildings. These buildings are pre-assets. Just plop down.
Now, shout out to Skiazos here for the clip. I had this actually pop up into my recommended feed just a few days ago, and I was shocked, honestly, because I had no idea that Dreamworld were actually going to be capable of releasing the game into an alpha state. Earlier this month, I, against my better judgment here, decided to go ahead and join the Dreamworld Discord. I wanted to ask the developers a question, which was promptly shut down, and I was removed from the server. That was fine. I mean, I get it. You guys aren't really open to publicly discussing your game, but I couldn't believe that I was kicked from their server. At that point, I just left things alone. We had multiple new MMO betas coming, like the Swords of Legends Online beta, the Allion beta, and the PSO2 New Genesis beta, and I just did not have any time to concern myself with it. Fast forward to the alpha rolling out, I decided to see what the general community was saying. So I attempted to join their Discord once again, but this time I used MRSSTIX's Discord login as it wasn't banned. However, upon clicking the official Discord invite link, the link that they actually linked to on their Kickstarter page, this is what happened. It is completely invalid. It doesn't even work anymore. And I'm not the only one that has realized that. I've Googled around and I have learned that other people not only have been kicked from their server without warning, but they also have no way of getting back into the Discord server, and this includes their own moderators. Now, back when they revealed this game via Kickstarter, they used Unreal Store assets. And now that they're in alpha testing, now that they are in a stable state to show to their backers, to their future players, what they are capable of developing, well, you know what? There are two different content creators out there right now, Skiazos and Callum Upton. Those two guys have not only spent more time researching, but have also compiled more data and more gameplay than any other person out there. Now, I would urge you to go ahead here and follow both of those guys if you are interested in remaining up to date on Dreamworld's affairs. But for the sake of the video, now credit to Skiazos here for this video.
This trash of a game. Okay, let's look at this. Okay, this is a music file from inside their game. You can see the link to the actual site that takes you to this music.
That is professionally done right there.
Also, look on the top. They also have The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Yeah, they have music that they do not have license to.
They didn't get those rights. Oh wait, let's read this from that company. It says, yeah, I can't find a record of our clients with that name. Their Kickstarter seems to have comments about people who think they are out to scam and get free money. I'll keep an eye out to see if they actually launch a product or not. Okay, they launched one. The alpha. They're gonna get sued.
I mean, they really should, but they're not going to, I guarantee you. Now, he goes on to showcase in-game footage here, and I did not pledge anything to Kickstarter, so I have not gotten into it.
You ready to see what we actually got to see? This is what we actually see.
But
look at these buildings. These buildings are pre-assets. Just plop down.
Now again, when this game launched, they use basic Unreal Engine assets, or not even when it launched, when they created the trailer for this game, they used Unreal Engine Store assets. Now, they're
inside the Pantheon. We got these ridiculously large books. This is what's inside of them. There's no like colliders on any of it. You can walk through every single building except for 4 months. And over here, these are the building plots that you can build on if you're a...
Now note that they had this game in development for 4 months between releasing their trailer and releasing the alpha test phase, and this is what they came up with.
That specific location. This is the player models. Still a ball with the texture of the mannequin on it. Here is... We see a player, guys. We see a player. Wait, come back. Let's just run through this building that has a fake facade on it. Let's do it. Oh, here we go. Oh, yep. Oh, there he is. There's the player.
This is just painful
ball over there
to watch.
Can we get to him? Let's see. Come back.
And that is what the player model looks like.
Little green ball.
That's what it looks like, genuinely.
Okay, so we see that these buildings are all different architectures. Like, look at this. Like, they're all completely different, right?
That is true.
And then they have these gigantic white blocks. We're
not just that, but the game also utilizes a fog system where the fog kind of envelops a lot of the buildings, the environment, so you can't see pretty much any of it loading.
I'm not exactly sure what these white blocks are. They could be building plot areas, or they could just be freaking white blocks for placeholders for buildings that they wanted to put in but didn't have time to. Flat line, that's just like horrible. Like, this is what they expect from the city? Do you remember what they had in the not to be actually placed? Let's turn that way. I mean, they're all
like, you guys can tell. Take this for a moment here and just look at how much of that is obfuscated and how much of that is purely due to the fog. Like,
you can see the building generated already above it, behind it. Here's the Pantheon. I mean, you can't even see through it because the white fog is so close. Like, we go in. Is this anything like that? Is a disaster for them, and I am done.
This is what it's supposed to look like too.
It's in the game. This is what they promised for opening alpha.
Man, but we are not going to stop there. See, Callum Upton is someone else that covers a lot of Dreamworld related content.
Gigabytes.
Oh, that is loud.
And you're obviously all here for one reason.
So
this has been the burning train that we've seen coming from a distance for the longest time now.
Look at this. This right here, alpha footage for an upcoming MMORPG. What is arguably, in their opinion, the last game you will ever play. So,
they released on May the 21st was going to be a disaster.
People complained that the pop-in textures from Black Desert Online is bad, but look at this. Just take a moment and look at this pop-in.
Was going to be a disaster, but we got it a day early. Oh dear, it was a mess. Everything we thought about this alpha, completely warranted. Placeholder buildings as cubes? No, those are the buildings. That is what you get. They thought, we can't use the Unreal or Unity stores, it's going to be too obvious. We're going to have to get it from Kitbash 3D. Well, we've traced it back to Kitbash 3D because it was...
A lot of their the files that they used to build their game were leaked online, and people are just absolutely tearing into this game. And I'm using the term game here very loosely as well, because I mean, I wouldn't even call this necessarily a game. This is a bunch of textures of models that were just thrown into a live 3D environment, and that's kind of it. That is all we have.
And it kind of looks like they haven't bought these either. Surprising. Anything like it was in the alpha. There's no Colosseum in there. It's awfully optimized that they've put a fog to try and, because they think it's going to help with render distance, but all they've done is made the viewable distance less, which is an issue because they haven't actually, not really sure what these guys are doing. It was on there. Day one. The issue with this is that
that's pretty much everyone's reaction right there. Oh boy. Yep, dude, I feel you. I genuinely do.
The issue with this is that I tested out their server, and I had a thing. Somebody else's computer is
Like,
they've taken things away because
this is game.
nail in the coffin for this.
I cannot believe, first and foremost, that it actually released into an alpha state. That is incredible. Second, I cannot believe that this is what I get when I attempt to join their Discord, because they have removed their invite option. You are completely unable to join the Discord henceforth, and that there is literally no interaction via the developers on their Kickstarter page, or anywhere really. Now again, I urge you to go check out Callum or check out Skiazos' channels if you are interested in learning more. They have a lot of videos dedicated specifically to Dreamworld. They have more information combined than any other source available anywhere, and they are both incredibly knowledgeable on the subject. Now, I have known that this was going to be a mess from day one. Back when they announced that they only needed $10,000 via their Kickstarter to make a game, back when they revealed that this was going to be the next big MMO. I cannot believe that players bought into this game and brought it up to almost $70,000 funded. I cannot believe that it actually ended up funded, and I cannot believe that this is the product that they released to the public. But now that they have rolled out an alpha test, they have essentially fulfilled their contractual obligation with Kickstarter, right? So they're safe from any kind of repercussions. I'm sure things will continue to develop further from here, but I feel as though with all the negative attention that Dreamworld has gotten, there's really nowhere left for them to go. I feel like at this point, Dreamworld is going to take the money that they have accumulated and they are just gonna make a run for it. If not, then yeah, this is unfortunately the kind of game we're going to get whenever it eventually maybe releases. And this, guys, is why you have to be careful when supporting indie MMOs on Kickstarter. This, Chronicles of Valeria, Oath. Do your due diligence.